Grayson has already begun to take over the house, and he's not even here yet. We just got another extremely large shipment from the post office. Some of this stuff I'm getting a little nervous about. All right, apparently we need literally hundreds of these. I'm not even sure what a lot of this stuff does. So this is the kind of stuff that gets me a little bit nervous, all right? Here's the stuff that gets me nervous. What the heck is butt paste? Butt paste? Diaper rash ointment. Oh boy. Heading out to Chicago. Doing a special leadership training for one of my friends and mastermind clients. Quick trip, fly out around noon today, back by 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Take you with me here for this little one-day excursion. To the airport. It's my Uber driver right here. Sexy Uber driver right here. I'm gonna give her 5 stars for sure. Off to Chicago. I got one bag, which is very difficult for me to do. I don't like carrying on, I like checking, so this will speed the process up. But here we go. Enjoying your sandwich? Shannon swears that I told her at some point that she was a terrible driver.
You did. You were a few drinks deep, and you definitely did.
She said after I had a couple of adult beverages, I told her that. Is that true?
It 100% is true.
Okay.
No, I'm a good driver, but you definitely told me I'm a terrible one.
I don't think that. I think you're a wonderful driver. That we got married in. Almost missed the departing flight, but she is a very good driver. Trust me.
Let's get dropped here.
All right, baby. Thank you. Love you.
Send me a flight info.
Okay, I will. All right, in the airport. So this makes me incredibly uncomfortable, videoing myself in public places. But anything for Bob TV. Bob TV knows no boundaries. So I'm gonna get over my fear and the uncomfortable feeling, and I'm gonna film myself in public, exclusive for Bob TV. So I'm pretty proud of myself that I didn't have to check a bag, although I still have to. I can't believe I don't have a pre-check already. It's pretty crazy to me that as much as I travel, I still don't have a pre-check. All right, I'm here, Chicago. I'm here with my good friend Danielle.
Hello.
One of my mastermind clients. So we have 22 miles.
22 miles.
And it's gonna take us how long?
An hour and 5 minutes.
1 hour, 5 minutes. So I told her that's plenty of time to film for Bob TV. We have a training tonight, right?
Yes, leadership dinner.
Leadership dinner tonight. Where are we going?
We are going to an Italian restaurant called Osteria Via something. I don't know.
Nice, sounds fancy.
Yeah.
We're being redirected. We're heading into the hood. Are we in the hood?
I don't know where we are.
Okay.
We're not on the south side. That's so.
That's the bad side.
I think so. Yeah. I'm getting honked at.
All right. I thought I would be safe, but I'm feeling Danielle's almost got us into a couple of different accidents here.
It's fine.
So
we're just gonna go.
Just in the middle of the intersection. No big deal.
Oh shit.
Yep. There we go. Should I be worried?
I don't know where the door's locked.
I'm gonna keep the camera on just for my own safety here.
I mean, look what it's doing. That doesn't even make any sense.
On the way to the airport, I was talking about how Shannon was not a good driver, and now that's all about It's all about perspective. Now I suddenly feel like she's a much better driver.
When you got in the car, I was almost gonna say, do you want to drive? No. But I didn't know you were gonna be filming the whole time. Okay. I would have been your videographer while you were driving.
All right, we made it. Now she's taking me to a 2.5-star Mexican restaurant.
That is not my fault.
Royal treatment. She's rolling out the red carpet. There it is, Su Casa.
Stop it.
2.5 stars on Yelp.
Oh my God, stop it.
Hey, where are you taking us?
It's not for the food, it's for the margaritas.
All right, she says it's for the drinks. All right, we're gonna go get some deep dish Chicago pizza. Got Stacy and Mike in the house too.
Oh, he gets out of the way. We had to leave the 2.5-star Mexican joint.
All right, yeah.
Real pizza.
Yeah, we didn't, we got scared away. There it is. The deep dish pizza. My deep dish pizza today, which by the way, you know, maybe I didn't have the best sampling of deep dish pizza, but I don't know, if you ask me, I'm still kind of preferential to the pizza that I get home on the East Coast. But anyway, we're doing a leadership dinner tonight. I think there's going to be about 15 or 16 people, and typically when I travel in to do a training like this, we'll do a Friday night dinner kind of leadership. Nothing too formal, just kind of like a free-flowing discussion. And then tomorrow we'll do like an actual, I think I'm gonna be training for about 4 hours tomorrow. So, as if the pizza wasn't enough, we're having Italian tonight. So I'm gonna probably roll myself back up to my room tonight and when I go to sleep. But so heading down.
And all day long we plant seeds. But the problem is, once we plant that seed never thinks about us again until we go back to them 6 months later. Now when you create content in the form of video, it's like watering the seeds. And you know what? You might be driving home for work one day, and I go through your Facebook feed again, and it just so happened that you had one of those days, and you see me just excited and sharing, and not selling, but just, you know, trying to demonstrate. And maybe I give you like a quote that I read that you're like, I needed to hear that today. And that one instance, you're like, I need to call it. I need, you know, that type of stuff happens all the time. Doesn't happen in your first video, right? It takes time, but if you can combine creating content and marketing with prospecting, those two things together have a really, really powerful. So like what I would say to that person is, if it's not the right time for them, you have to acknowledge that and you have to meet them where they are at that moment. Here's where the big problem comes, is we don't have enough prospects. We're so focused on what this one person did or didn't do, and we're so emotionally attached, we're like, please say yes, because we don't have enough prospects. Like if we have a steady stream of prospects, we don't have time to worry about this person. Oh yeah, I forgot, they didn't call me back.
Yeah, like we were calling it like like why do you go to a dry well for water, even though you know there's no water there, but you go because you know the way.
You know, I reflect sometimes when I have opportunities to do this type of stuff, because, you know, it wasn't that long ago, not even 2 years ago, when I first started this process and had no idea if it was going to even become anything, much less, you know, have people that would follow me and promote me and, you know, be able to make an impact in people's lives. So I'm incredibly grateful anytime I get a chance to do this. And, you know, it's still, you know, I still feel like, I mean, I'm just me. I'm not any different than I was 2 years ago, but, you know, it's really cool to know that you're making, you know, by doing what I do, that I can make such an impact and a difference in people's lives. So, you know, I really do enjoy, you know, the opportunities to meet them face to face and get a chance to make that connection. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, Saturday morning, beautiful day here in the Windy City. It's actually pretty cool here. There is a little bit of a cool breeze. Getting ready to go down and do the training. We've got about 4 hours of training. I'll be looking forward to hopefully sharing some things that can help them in their business, but I had to share a quick funny story with you. So I go to Starbucks this morning. I don't have my bulletproof coffee, so I go get Starbucks, and the chick that's at the register asked for my name, as they always do, and I said my name, which I don't think is that difficult a name to comprehend, and she thought, straight face, dead serious, thought I said mop. Yes, M-O-P. And I look at her, I'm like, you mean like the thing you clean the floor with? She goes, yeah. I go, have you ever met anyone named that before? She's like, no. I go, yeah, it's Bob. So, mop. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Hi.
Go. Woo!
Woo! Get excited.
Enthusiasm. All right. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, thank you for that. Okay, so my goal today, hopefully, is to be able to give you some things that can help you in your business, bottom line. I want to reposition fear for you this morning. I want you to understand that unless you are in mortal danger, fear is an illusion. There's a reason why you fear what you fear. Like, you know, I talk about this all the time. My number one fear in life is heights. Number 2 was public speaking. If I'm in an airplane and I don't have a parachute on and somebody's trying to push me out of the airplane, I've got good reason to be afraid, right? But you understand that if you're in front of your phone and trying to do a Facebook Live and you can't push that button because you're afraid, you understand that's not real fear. That's an illusion to you. Like, I don't know this for a fact. I should probably find this out. But I am almost certain that nobody's ever died from a bad Facebook Live. Right? Like, really bad cardiac arrest on the spot, they're done. If that trend started happening, then maybe there's a legitimate reason. Right. Well, yeah, we'll find out today. We'll test that theory today. You know, nobody's ever died from giving a bad presentation. They've never died from calling a prospect and having that prospect say, I'm not interested. It hasn't happened. So let's analyze why we feel fear. Well, you feel fear because deep down inside, it's something that you truly desire. It's something that your soul knows. It's the very thing that if you were to do, it would start to unlock some of that greatness that's inside of you. See, if you didn't desire to be a leader, you wouldn't fear being a leader. If you didn't know deep down inside that giving presentations or speaking in public could help you create a breakthrough in your business, you wouldn't desire to do it. We only fear the things that we deep down desire. And when I started to learn that, and I started to test that out, saying, okay, so what if I tried something that I was afraid of? What if I made a prospecting call to someone that was more successful? What would happen? And I started to do stuff like that, and some really, really exciting and powerful things started to happen. People started to say yes. And I was like, oh my God, I could have called that person a year ago. I didn't because I was afraid. I remember the first time that I was actually, that I spoke in public. It was a Saturday morning at the Philadelphia airport, the Ramada Inn at the Philadelphia airport. We used to do it every Saturday. We used to do a training in a network marketing company I was in. And it wasn't, I mean, it was a room comparable in size to this, about this many people. And right before the meeting, my mentor, one of my early mentors, came up to me and he said, hey, and this is like about a year into, you know, a little less than a year me being in business. He said, hey, he said, we want you to open the meeting up today. And I remember like looking at him like he was crazy. I'm like, you want me to do what? He goes, yeah, just, you know, open up the meeting. He said it so flippantly, like big deal. Little did he know in that moment, it was like sheer terror overcame him. And I remember telling him, I don't want to do it. He goes, you're going to do it. And I was like, and I remember having this like really kind of like moment where I was like, all right, I have a decision to make right now. I either go up and do it, because they're not gonna let me not do it, or I just leave. I just leave. Now the problem was, if I left, I'll never come back. So in my mind, I'm weighing out the options. Leave, never come back, go work my job for the rest of my life, which I hate, or just get in front of the room. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And you know, it was like 2 minutes before. And that's the way they always do it. They never tell you, like they never call you and say, hey, we want you to speak in front of the room this week, because you'll never show up. So I got in front of the room and I gave what I'm certain to be one of the worst opening segments of a meeting in this history of this profession. Didn't say my name, had a glass of water in my hands, and I was so nervous and shaking, I was spilling water on my hand. You know, like when you introduce a speaker, and it's just kind of like common practice, the normal thing is you stand and you wait for the speaker to come up and you shake their hand and they say something nice about you. Well, I was so afraid, I introduced the speaker and then I just sat right in my seat because I couldn't get down fast enough. And the speaker came up and it was like this awkward moment where they were like, okay, give it up for Bob. And I sat there in that front row and I didn't hear a word that this guy said. I was mortified. The meeting was over. I tried to beeline out of there. And what do you think? What people came up to me and what do you think they told me?
Nice job.
Right. Oh, you did such a great job. Hey man, awesome job. And look, I knew they were lying to my face because I didn't do anything. It was terrible. But I remember there was kind of a really powerful lesson in that moment for me, that I realized that I was in an environment and I was around people that actually wanted to see me succeed. Listen, if I would have done that in a room of my friends, oh my God, are you kidding me? I'd be hearing about it today still, how bad I was. Dude, you sucked. That was horrible, embarrassing. But that's not what happened. And I remember leaving that meeting, and I had no illusion, it was bad. But I remember getting in my car, and I remember having kind of this moment where I said to myself, I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna do that again. And I said, the next time I do it, it's gonna be better. Because I knew that if I really, really wanted to be successful in a business like this, I had to get over my fear of speaking in public. I had to get over that. And what was really interesting is that moment opened up something in me that I didn't even know was there. What if no one ever forced me to do that? What if I never joined network marketing? What if nobody ever forced me to do something that I was so afraid of, to allow me to discover this gift that I had that I never knew was in there? And what's so crazy to me today is when I look at my life today and I look at the number one way that I make an impact into the world, like my purpose, I'm very clear, is doing what I do now. It's inspiring people through my story, through my experiences, and through my words. If you're not doing things that scare you every single day, you're not growing anymore.
Okay, so you get your phone out.
Okay.
So have you done one at all yet?
Not really, no.
Okay. So pull up your Facebook app.
Okay.
You want to do it live. Type in, so here's what we want to do. Whenever you do your lives, we always want to set this way, if somebody shares your video, somebody else can see it.
Oh, okay.
That's all, they'll only see the video.
Okay.
So put in some sort of title, my big takeaway from the training today, something like that. You can always go back and change that. So just put something like, my big takeaway from the training today, or something like that. There's no better way to do your first live than to literally be forced into doing it. Always good. It's always good.
Hi Facebook, Margaret here. I am in Chicago this weekend with my business partners, and we have this awesome day of training, and I wanted to share with everyone my biggest takeaway, but I wanted to first introduce you to my new friend and mentor, coach, Bob.
Hey guys, nice to meet you. We talked a lot today about live video.
Yes.
And I challenged her to do her first live ever. So here we are.
Here we are.
Yes.
Live on Facebook.
Yeah, so we talked a lot about, you know, in my own business, I've used live video to really completely transform my life, and it's been such a great way for me to build an audience and get attention. So we talked a lot about that today, and I know that, you know, there's really a fear around going live. I remember how scared I was the first time. So I acknowledge you for overcoming the fear, even though we made you do it.
A little bit.
But you want to talk a little bit maybe about like what was kind of like one of the big takeaways?
I think the biggest lesson I've learned today is happening right now. That it's never as bad as we think it's going to be in our heads. And the things that we're most afraid of are the things that are going to make us better people, that are going to help us elevate to the people we want to be. So to jump out of our comfort zone and just kind of go home.
Doing things that scare you are usually good. So so I want to recognize you. Make sure you stay tuned because she's going to be doing a lot of videos every week. It's just like going to be tons of videos. Awesome.
Tons of videos.
Awesome job.
Bob will be checking.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend.
See ya. Keep it going. Finish. There you go. So now we got to post it. So hold on.
It's not over yet. And I totally
Yeah. No, you're fine. Awesome job.
Thank you.
Really good job. So you didn't die.
I didn't.
You survived. Now hit
It
post.
is true. The statistic continues.
Are you dead? Are you alive?
No death.
Did you have cardiac arrest?
She
No
did it.
cardiac
Let me
arrest.
check her pulse. No, she's good.
All right, good.
So we had a successful training heading to the airport.
We did. It was amazing.
Was it good?
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, I think you inspired a lot of people, and they are ready to make big changes with themselves personally and as well in their businesses.
We had a couple of people do lives for the first time.
Yeah, that was exciting. Actually,
Feeling fearless, so that's good.
Yep.
And now you're about to go out night on the town.
Night on the town.
And I'm about to go to sleep in the airplane. Home sweet home. It's about 9:15. Feels good to be home, long day, and Shannon's picking me up at the airport. Looking forward to sleeping in my own bed tonight.